Pick Central brought to you by DraftKings. DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, is built for March. The tournament is unexpected. Rewards are guaranteed. DraftKings Sportsbook is delivering the most generous rewards in the market, no matter what happens on the court. Because this isn't a tournament you bet on, bet and forget. It's one you react to. Fantastic tournament, by the way.
I'm having a blast.
So good.
I think it's one of the best ones in recent first weekends. I thought it was a fantastic first weekend. Just because there's Cinderellas didn't happen, there's still
I was
a
entertained
one
all
seed
weekend.
lost. You know, like a 1 seed lost in the first weekend. Also, High Point almost won again. When DraftKings is the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're not betting what might happen. You're betting what's happening. New to DraftKings, bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets. They had great. I'm still in that Survivor thing. Are you?
I forgot to make my picks. I'm
Come
so stupid.
on, man.
I was so mad at myself.
That's so lazy.
It's not lazy. It's stupid. I forgot.
Yeah, it's just like it's.
I don't think it's
like
I don't
two
think
buttons.
it's dumb.
Two
Stupid.
buttons.
Stupid.
Come on.
I forgot to check.
Ugh.
And I both my first two obviously made it through.
That's
I know.
even worse.
I swore at myself up and down on Saturday.
That's upsetting.
Yes.
But I'm still alive in that,
Good for you.
which is fun.
A good friend would have texted me and reminded me to do it.
Well, I mean,
Did you hold your hand?
it's a
Clearly
it's a
I do.
free entry.
I know, but obviously I have limitations. Clearly.
You're unbelievable. Download DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code PickCentral. That's code PickCentral to turn $5 into $200 in bonus bets instantly. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. All right, lots happened. Last show we had our coworker quit on the show without telling us.
Not even on our show, on a
different show, told our boss, and he quit the show. I have not heard from him. Clemmer, you have?
Yeah, Rico and I talked about a half hour yesterday.
Yeah, I didn't get a call or a text.
I got nothing.
Which I thought, 8 years. I have no pride. The thing is, I still don't give a shit. But it's just he still couldn't call me. I have to go to Vegas with him for 4 days next week.
Yeah,
Shout out the Crown, by the way. We're going to talk about the Crown later.
He said he'd see you in person
In a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
The thing with Bosco here with so he calls up and he's trying to explain why he didn't want to do this show anymore. He's like, it's nobody's first priority. I said, that's true. We all have different things going on. Hubs is the blog, Marty is Marty Versus, Ev has college football stuff, I have rat race. I get it. We all have different kind of first priorities. But this is still just talking sports for an hour. It's a pretty easy lift, especially, people have real jobs. You would look forward to an hour talking sports with your friends. But he says he's really focused on Bosco Industries, wants to get off around Jerry and Terry. I said, listen, if you would just come to us and say you don't want to do the show anymore, we would have worked something out. Maybe you just come in once a week on football, NFL, or we could have worked it out where you still would have been involved when it was easy for you, and no one would have been upset with you. But instead, you go to the boss behind our back. That pissed everybody off. And then I said, Rico, honestly, you did way worse of a disservice to yourself. I said, now Dave's going to be all up your ass anytime you're quote unquote not busy. Now Dave is going to be able to shit on you. I was like, good luck, man. You did yourself way dirtier than you did to us.
Yeah, no, 1,000%. We had T-shirts made.
We did.
And let me tell you something. This is what it was supposed to look like. Great shirt.
Pretty good shirt.
Yeah, it's
right on a quick Miko Bosco me when Alan and the Hangover's going down the escalator great shirt, right?
I hadn't actually seen what it was supposed to look like yet. I know what it now looks like.
So it looks great, right? We're oh, that'll be fun. We all could wear it for the day. We're all in alliance. We all have each other's back here, right? Me and Clemmer picked them up this morning. Oh my God. Have you seen them yet?
No, I haven't seen.
Oh boy.
Actually, I want to give Ev, you could have the first look at it.
There you go, Ev.
It is horrific. We would look so embarrassing wearing these.
Notice the color of the T-shirt.
Can we zoom in on that? Of how bad
Do you just not ask for a black shirt?
We did.
They just only had white?
We sent exactly what that picture was on the screen, and that's what we got. And he goes, it came out great. Wait till you see.
We had to go to the basement of this place in the village. So Marty and I this morning are in the basement of this place. We can say there were beer bottles everywhere.
I was tapping Clement, look, there's just beer bottles everywhere.
Beer bottles everywhere.
West Village?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God.
And
That's unbelievable. Amazing.
Wouldn't you think you'd call or be like, is this supposed to be on a black t-shirt?
Looks like someone threw up on it.
Dude, we were literally like, we're gonna look so bad in
It's
these.
splattered.
You would think that one was bad. The rest of them must be correct. They're all like,
He was so proud.
So proud. He's like, these come out so good.
I was like, oh, these are fantastic.
yeah, wait, I was gonna
Well,
say,
honestly, I'll say this: if it was on a black shirt, I think it would have came out
It would have
good.
been perfect.
What
It
we
would have been exactly
and
what you
what we
wanted.
sent
Yes.
them.
wait, when you got them,
Clemmer just started audibly laughing.
I couldn't control myself.
He was laughing. All I kept going was, "This is unbelievable." I said, "This is
That's
great."
fair. It is
And I
unbelievable.
started laughing too, but we were just laughing at this guy.
We're in
It
this
was
basement
so
of
bad.
this,
like when you get a really bad haircut, you're like, great job. Thanks.
Yeah, it was just like that shirt is.
I was saying, did you pay for him?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
pretty
Oh, yeah.
penny.
On the spot, you paid, or you
Oh,
paid?
no, I had to pay in advance.
So I was gonna say,
Which
if
is
I showed
smart
up
by
there, I'd be
him.
like, I'm not paying for this.
No, smart by him to pay in
If
advance.
it wasn't the situation, I might have been like, well, can we get this on a black shirt? But wait,
We had more time.
No, I don't fault you. They
Yeah,
just,
we had to do this.
That's-
Also,
that's-
this man didn't know how to do like reply all. Like
Yeah.
you were hoodwinked.
we were hoodwinked.
Oh, yeah.
How old was this guy?
Probably like 60.
Yeah.
These?
Yeah. He didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
But he goes, "You gonna wear these on the show?" We said,
Oh, yeah. I can't wait. Yes.
No chance.
Did he know what our world is?
I'm
I
sure
would
not.
I would
I'd
bet
have to think
not.
no.
It's for the
No. He didn't know what our world is. He
Yeah.
only knew a show.
That's for the best. That's for the best.
I don't know. Maybe he could get some constructive criticism out of this. But yeah, we had Nico Bosco shirts
had
ready to
shirts.
go. Yeah, day, at the end of the day,
So yeah, okay, good.
no, go.
I was gonna say, like, I mean, I told Bosco, I was like, look, I don't like hate you. I'm not like, I said I'm definitely annoyed. Like, I don't love. In any industry, you don't go to the boss and be like, hey, the project I'm working on, yeah, it's not really worth my time. But like I'm working on with my coworkers. Like, you just don't do that. But like, I don't. It's Bosco. I don't like hate him, but I'm like,
Listen.
I'm still like a little annoyed.
If you look at the shows that were axed out by Lucas, he's quit on me like 3 different times. It's not like, that's why I'm not fazed by it. Like, I know how he is. I don't know why he's like, I don't know if he's like scared to talk to me. I don't understand why that is. It's also content, and you made it content, so now we're gonna make it content. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm not that mad. It was a scummy move, but also like, I'm gonna make content out
Like,
of
are
it
we
because
supposed to just move on? Like,
yeah, no, like I think. Oh, whoa,
Oh.
Whoa.
college expert, college basketball expert Lucas. How we doing?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
I'm fantastic. Aren't you? You're a Duke fan, right?
Yes.
You
I
know
am.
what? Bosco quit on them too. He was a Duke fan when he started
was a
baseball.
Duke
He was.
Barstool
He
too.
was a Duke fan when he
That's
started.
true.
That's true.
Lucas, how you doing? You look great. I just want
Nice art on the wall.
radar. Look at you.
Appreciate that. My sister made that. It's all
Very
all
nice.
Very
stuff.
nice.
Very nice.
That is nice. Most guys your age don't have art. Actually, any guy have art, so I appreciate that.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts on this whole situation? People have been asking for it.
I was actually, when I saw that, I was in Miami at the Miami Open with my mom. I got a
Hey.
ticket for Christmas, and I saw a tweet, and it was I wasn't able to listen to it, but I just saw the caption, Dave's tweet, and I was just appalled personally. And I was talking to my mom about it, and the guy sitting in front of me, he turns around and he's like, "Are you Lucas from Barstool by chance?" The most ridiculous thing ever, just because I was ranting about how obscene it is that Rico can't do this show one day or 5 days out of the week for 1 hour because he's too busy doing other stuff. I thought it was crazy.
Imagine the guy. That sounds like Lucas talking about Rico.
like
right
I
now.
really hate Rico.
I've heard that guy a lot on After Dark or on the Yak saying it. Yeah, listen, it was tough for us. We've been doing it for 6 years, and we just want. We did get word that there might be a roast at a theater one day with Dave and stuff. Would you be interested to be part of that roast?
I would love to. I saw rumblings of that, and I just got Meek's number, and I asked him if he needed someone that I could make myself available, and he said on the spot, he said yes, of course.
All right, so you're locked in. We will need a 5 minute, maybe 3 to 5 minute speech from you.
That's totally fine. I could go longer if needed.
Sure.
Yeah, have you talked to Rico at all this weekend or anything?
No, I mean, I've been going pretty hard at him on Twitter, and then when he got into the office, one thing, like, I didn't want to do I wanted to learn from Tate with the Kelly thing and not be like a gigantic asshole. And Tate would understand what I said. So I
Yeah.
didn't like go confront him or try to be a troll and like be like, "Oh, Alabama's losing," stuff like that. That's not my gig. So I didn't really like seek it out. If Big Cat would have called me down in the gambling cave, something like that, I would have said something. But I didn't go to Rico. Rico didn't go to me. I can't really trash him for that because I also didn't go to him. But no, there was nothing exchanged. I did the stream for like a couple hours on Wednesday, I believe it was, but no, not much. Nothing between Rico and I.
Who will you be rooting for in Michigan, Alabama? Now, Dave has said on Wub this morning that if Michigan, he had offered to Rico, if Alabama wins, Bosco's salary would be doubled and get a 10-year deal, which I think any of us would jump at. I mean, it's an incredible offer. And
4 seconds.
Bosco seemed to want to negotiate the terms on his end, which seemed crazy to me. He wouldn't.
That was a very interesting thing. First off, that's an incredible deal out of him, and anything he gives Dave would not like compare in the slightest. But the way he was talking about it was like, oh, and I could get you a collectible. Like he can go down to the beach and get him a seashell and be like, "This is my end of the bargain, Dave. This is what I'll pay you for you putting up 10 years, double my salary," which probably isn't a low number, but that's just I mean, all he needs is Alabama to win a basketball game. I was gonna say I would rather Alabama keep winning, and because the further they go, the
More
bigger
heartbreak.
the heartbreak is
Yeah.
when they lose. But you'd hate to see the double the salary for 10 years. You'd hate to see that.
Rico was trying to counter with the one. He was like uneasy about one episode of Man of Honor
Yeah.
compared to a 10-year double your salary
no.
contract.
Dave laughed in his face.
Now, now there was talks of Men of Honor being a recurring thing, and as a journalist, I want to ask Lucas on the record if Bama loses the game and maybe Men of Honor, a weekly podcast with Jeff Nadeau and Rico Bosco, is on the other side of that. Would you maybe produce it?
I probably could, but I'd probably get a little busy, so I'd have to cut some of my other obligations. So I'd
fair.
probably have to
That's
get
true.
rid of After Dark. I'd probably tell Tate beforehand that I was leaving, but I'd probably have to get rid of After Dark to do that show.
That's true. This
Okay.
just reminded me, like, Chicago has a lot of people, so there's a lot of people on the streams. Like, I don't need to be invited, but like, I texted Rico, I was like, about 2 weeks ago, I was like, "You want me to come for Duke Sweet 16? Let me know." And he's like, "I don't know what the budget is." Like, I haven't worked here for fucking 9 years, and I need a budget to go watch my team do my job. Is crazy.
Rico, we know you don't know what the budget is.
Yeah, because also, like,
None
I'm
of us
not,
really know
I'm
what
not
the
like
budget
really asking you. So if you needed bodies, like, I'm sure I'm allowed to go watch I'm the Duke fan here. I'm sure I can go and fucking watch it. It was crazy. Any final thoughts on Rico? Do you think that? I just heard a lot of people saying like you and other people might be like tracking what he does now.
I'm not tracking it. This is more so just like fun for me, and I think not a lot of people just like call him out. I mean, he's the only guy who gets coddled. He's like he cries like a little baby, and if anyone else does that, like they get made fun of, they get ragged on. And for Rico, it's like let's pick him up. Rico, you lost a couple bets. Let's pick you up. Let's get you back in the spirit of everything. And it's just a little sad that he's I don't know how old he is. I guess he's pushing 40, I would assume. That
You're
almost
correct.
40-year-old man is just being coddled like
That
like a
is true,
toddler
Lucas.
or a
If
temper tantrum.
what if we did this to him? If it's
Right.
if this
Imagine if we
switched-
had gone to Dave about like something that he was doing.
Yeah, nightmare.
He'd burn our houses down.
he would kill us.
Kill us.
Well, we appreciate you, Lucas. It was nice to have
course.
you on. And I'm sure we're gonna need you throughout the tournament, you know, because we're down one guy, and you're a expert in college basketball. So we'll have you on, all right?
That sounds great. Whenever you need me, I'm available.
Thank you, Lucas.
Thank you.
Company man, Lucas. Appreciate you.
See you guys.
He kills me. I like him a lot.
Company man.
I
What
know,
Not,
he's a
not
good
too busy
guy.
to come on. That's
Oh,
all.
What
he's
needs to be
not.
done?
He's a good guy.
I like that.
And Lucas is still on right now. We can
he's
get
right
him
there.
off.
Oh, he's
but
go off. Oh, you gotta get off.
I'm not
There you
just
go.
saying this because he's on
God
there.
damn it, get off.
Listen,
I like that guy.
But he is right. Like he just always like I've never seen anyone get this many opportunities to like double salary, all this, and only.
what? There's like nothing that could be on the other side of that makes you not want to take that deal.
That's never been offered at Barstool, right? Double your salary for 10 years?
No, I would.
fuck
we
no.
would. I would.
That's crazy.
I would do
On a
it for.
bet?
On a bet.
I guess Nicky Smokes did literally get a job off it. And
That's true.
You got a job.
and to be honest, the spread of these games, are eerily similar. I just want to throw that out there.
10.5.
It's reality. The Heat were like I want to say at least an 8-9 point dog in that game 7.
Yeah.
So there are similarities. It
Okay.
has. How do you think and you think of percentage wise, Nicky Smokes went from 0% to 100%.
Getting a job is
He went
bigger.
from $0 to $100K a year. So
And a job here.
well, I'm saying he got 100 off the couch.
100%.
Good on him. Maybe Rico doesn't. Maybe Bama pulls it off.
Do we want our other guest on, Marty?
I think so.
There's another one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Who's that?
This tension is palpable here.
Oh, wow.
There he
Look
is.
at that.
That is the man. Is a
Got an echo of some sort.
hold on one sec, Neil.
It's your phone, dude. Lower your volume.
Lower my volume. All right. How about that?
What's up? Yeah, there we go. No,
it's bad.
Hey, you know what? We'll just lay it up for you, and so we don't have to hear my voice in the loop. This is Neil, everybody.
I
This
think we're
is
fixed. I think we're
Yeah, I
good.
think
It's
we're
good
good.
now. Yes.
This is Stooley Clubhouse. If you don't know who he is on his. That's a farm, correct?
Yeah, 40 acres, 5th generation. Lilac is the main thing we grow here, but we got all kinds of fruit trees, as you can see
The
behind
fuck
me.
is lilac?
Lilac, like the flower?
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. But you're a college expert, college basketball expert, so we wanted you on, and you're a Kings expert. We know you're a Sacramento
correspondent.
Kings guy. We just want to have you on if you had anything to say about our situation, whatever you want.
I mean, first of all, thank you guys for having me on. You know, I'm a big fan of the show. I'm honored to be here.
Thank you.
I've been saying it for a long time, and even you guys have defended him for a long time, and
We've had his back.
it's tough. Yeah, you did to the moon, and it's just sad, honestly. I mean, but it's not surprising for me, because I've been screaming from the rooftop about him for a while. He's been coming after my job forever, so.
Yes.
I feel like it's fair game in that department. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I think the fact that you guys said that he does have time, like he said, oh, I'm too busy, or I have too many things, whatever, semantics bullshit that he has to say. But the fact that you guys are saying that he does have time, better than anybody. And I think that speaks volumes.
I mean, the nice thing about doing this show is that people have time. In that, like, you can kind of do the show when you are able to do it. If you have Rat Race, you have Marty Verse, you have whatever you have, you can miss a couple episodes and the other guys can fill in. If he has Glasgow Industries and that's sold, that should be a priority for him. But that's not going to be every day.
Yeah, I think
Also, talking sports with your friends for an hour. This isn't like a coal mine.
my biggest thing is that we have the best job in the entire world, and we're very lucky. And that's if someone asks you to do a little more, you do it. No matter what, I could be the busiest man in the world. I'm not saying I am, but you just do it. That's how you do it. That's how jobs.
I mean,
work.
take it from Stewie Clubhouse. He's a guy who's running a lilac farm. It was tweeting all this, clipping all this stuff for the love of the game.
Yeah.
Actually made a job from just kind of doing this stuff as a passion project. Now it's a real thing. And Stewie Clubhouse has been very nice to me. He's clipped a lot of stuff for me, what I've needed. It's been there for me.
Tries to help us.
Appreciate it. He's helped me out a ton over the years. When I'm around college football, it's not always great service. Clip stuff from me, text it to me. Very good guy, very helpful. You earned your job.
I love this company. I think that, I'm trying to scream from the rooftops, hey, everybody come check this out. This Barstool shit is fucking awesome. Like, I've always hated ESPN. Barstool is where it's at. But yeah, I think that.
What do you have to say when he goes after your job? Like, are you just get pissed off?
I did at first because he was like talking shit, to Dave on stream. I'm like watching this, clipping it, promoting it, and I hear Bosco telling Dave, "Oh, we got to get this guy. We got to replace this guy." I'm like, okay, At first that pissed me off, but then, Dave just laughs, when he sees that stuff. So Dave knows he's a crazy person. So I appreciate that. And like you were saying earlier, I know I appreciate this job so much that, like, if you look at my screen time, I'm doing, 12, 14 hours a day, like 7 days a week, because I've done other shit. I've worked, in the field. I've worked at a welding shop. I've done sales. I've worked at restaurants. I know for a fact that it doesn't get any better than this. And Barstool takes good care of us. So I might work too much, but I love it, and I know what else is out there, and I don't want to fucking lose it. You know what I mean?
I love that.
Neil,
Man of the people.
when you had like a quote unquote real job, like like not saying your job now isn't real, but you know what I mean, when you were working in, like I said, welding, doing that kind of thing, and you were told, hey, you have to go talk sports with your friends for an hour. Could you imagine saying you're too busy for that?
Insane. That's crazy.
Well, Neil, thank you for coming on. We appreciate you. It looks beautiful there.
I was gonna say, that looks. You can hear the birds chirping.
I don't want to go. 40 acres sounds fucking awesome.
Many times, yeah. I've gone out to New York a couple times. I've been to Chicago. I get a fraction of the work done there because there's so much shit going on in the office. It's a fun place to work, but out here it's peaceful. I got no distractions. I could just grind and clip all day. So yeah, it's a great place for sure.
Love it. Well, thank you for coming on.
Neil.
Our college basketball expert, Neil. Thank you, man.
Bros.
Only Sacramento Kings fan I know.
No, that's not true.
You know another one now.
Barstool Greg is
Barstool
one.
Greg.
Oh, Greg is a Kings fan.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes. I
He's
don't
from
know
Missouri,
why.
right?
Oh, because De'Aaron Fox. He was a fan of De'Aaron
Yes.
Fox.
I just love De'Aaron Fox.
Went to
so he's like,
Kentucky.
I know.
I'm just gonna follow him.
Missouri could be
Anything
like,
that
He said he liked him in high
anything
school.
should be like an MPJ fan.
It also made us all feel old because De'Aaron Fox is like pretty new.
Yeah, newish, yeah.
It's not like it's
What
like
is he, like 30?
who?
Darren Fox.
He's got to be like 30,
29?
28.
Yeah.
Probably 28. Yeah, 30's old.
Said he liked him in high
Probably
school.
28. Probably he was a one and
28.
28.
Yeah.
So here, when Barstool Greg said he liked the Kings, I'm like, oh, that makes sense because the Kings started in Kansas City. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I just thought he'd be a random. I feel like those Midwest, you just randomly grab a team over there.
I want.
Maybe the Bucks.
I think you should, as a show though, you should text Rico because you've talked to him. Just be like, hey, you have free if you want to call in. Just let us know.
I'm good.
No, just give it to him. Come on. I would text him, but he hasn't texted.
Have Hubs do it. Hubs.
He's texted. He
mad.
only called you.
He didn't.
I'm okay. I'm good.
He only called you.
Yeah.
He did call me. I didn't get to talk to him. He did.
What do we want him to do? Call into the
He did
show?
call me.
To give him, we just had like people are talking about him. I think he's allowed to comment.
I do think
Have
he
that,
knows,
have that.
I do think he knows the number if he wanted to call in.
I
He
talked to
can
him
call
for
in.
I talked to him half an hour.
All right.
Ev can text me. If he wants.
He's a calling guy by heart, so I
You-
think he
you
would
can
know how to
text-
call
you
on the
can text
show.
Well, no, I'm waiting. If he texted me, I would have just barely. I would actually probably would have. I also still don't care. It's just more like you just would have called, and got it over with. But I don't know. It's weird now.
Oh, it's weird now. Yeah.
Let's talk about ball though, because I can't keep talking.
Truly a great weekend, a great 4 days of ball.
Yeah,
I
said I agree. It was
I had-
so much fun.
fantastic.
I had a blast, man. I was successful gambling, so that actually helped too. But man, I loved every second of it. The schedule sucks. Sunday night is a bit of a drag. I do wish it was quieter Sunday night rather than just like there's a 10 o'clock game.
Yeah, but like, I don't really understand why people say that, because the West Coast does need like the people are playing on the West Coast sometimes. Like,
Yeah, but it's Sunday. Everyone's home.
yeah, but it did start at 12:15.
I know, but you had the 1-on-1. It would have been cool
Bunch
if we
him
had.
up earlier.
Should bunch up
Way too
earlier.
long.
There shouldn't.
Yes.
We shouldn't have to be till 7 o'clock when there's like everything's happening.
Where was that game yesterday?
Where's what game?
Bama.
Oh, I don't know.
Was it like California?
I don't mind having one
But again,
game
the
late.
game could still start there at 5.
No, I know, but
It started there at
that
7.
their prime time is though they want people to go to the game, and 7 o'clock.
I want people
is
to watch the game.
and 7 o'clock and it was where you want
On
that.
Sunday nights.
The game was in Florida.
That was in Florida.
The game was in Florida.
Okay, then I have no idea what the fuck's wrong with them.
Well, because they got the back to back to the same gym.
Yeah. So that should
arena.
start early. Yeah, that.
The game was in.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
But I was on my couch all weekend just watching this. This is great.
I did a
I saw
classic.
people complaining about it.
I did a classic 12 to 12 last night. Didn't move from the couch.
Yeah, no.
Just like besides to get the Uber Eats delivery, that's the only time I got up.
That's great.
It was awesome.
I was shocked to see anyone because I went on Twitter. I'm like, oh, people are going to be having a great time. Especially last year, kind of stunk. Like the first weekends kind of
No,
stunk.
not kind of. No question stunk.
And then, like-
We were sitting here last year being like, man.
This is like wall to wall entertainment, close games, exciting
And
players.
I want
I
this
thought it was
to.
fun.
I want this to what everyone's saying. It's like the Cinderella shit. Shut up about the Cinderella shit because, one, you got High Point literally almost won their second game and went to the Sweet 16. They had a great game. They beat Wisconsin, who's a great team. Then who was the game that almost just beat?
Who?
Who'd High Point almost?
Arkansas.
High Point literally was toe-to-toe with Arkansas, who some people think they get to the Final Four. You still have your Cinderella teams, but the thing is you have these teams where it is funny, like Texas is like getting a lot of credit. They had the third most NIL this year. They had $20-something million into the team, and they're 11 seed. But, like, you're getting better basketball from those teams in the tournament where, like, this Sweet 16 is fucking awesome, in my opinion.
I don't need the Cinderellas as long as I get the good game.
Yeah, you're getting great games, I think.
And there, to be fair, Thursday night, Friday night were like there was a lot of blowouts, but once Saturday and Sunday games were great, wall to wall, wire.
But that's the thing too, though. Like, bro, we've had the past 2 Super Bowls have been horrible.
Yeah,
like you just don't know what you're gonna get.
No.
Like, and those are the 2 best teams. Like, you're not gonna get all these great games, but you have that Kentucky buzzer beater. You have St. John's now buzzer beater. You had these other games where it's like Duke literally almost lost Siena. Like, it was insane.
Yeah.
You have a 1 seed out in the second round, which is fucking crazy, to Iowa, which is like insane. So let's go through some of the games. We'll start with yesterday, that Iowa game. I just kept betting Florida. I'm like, there's no way they can.
I'm upset.
They can't just keep doing this. You were getting big on Florida, which everyone
I was. I really liked him. That was a shocking loss. McCollum, that was like the coaching job of the millennium in my opinion.
Crazy. He played
Truly incredible coaching job by
Really?
him. Like, just I mean, even the last play was so annoying. Like, as an Ohio State watching the last play, I'm like, that was the same exact amount of time Ohio State had, and that, or maybe it was a little bit less. But great, it was like they had that much.
Yeah.
Like that's what they got.
You guys had like 4 seconds.
They had what, 7 or 8? There
Yeah, I
was
think
more.
they
You're
had-
right.
Then what about Todd Gold?
Regardless.
So I
There's
think
2 things about
that's what I want to say. As good of a job McCollum, that's as bad of a job by Golden. Horrible job.
Horrible by Gold.
Why are you defending that way when he was treating it like there was 2 seconds left?
Yeah.
Like you're was it Fland? Fland just like willingly gets screened. Why is he trailing behind that play? Why aren't they playback? They're coming to you.
So they were down. Florida was up 2, right?
Yeah.
They're up 2.
So Golden last year.
I know, the
his
foul.
big thing is if we're down 2, we're up 2 with like less than 10 seconds. We're gonna foul them and make them make free throws under pressure. So we still have a chance. So we go to overtime instead of even giving them the opportunity.
Well, they would also still have a chance
yeah.
to win a regulation.
Yeah, it depends on like what time the thing. But
You get a
regardless,
missed free throw, then you're
Yes.
in driver's seat. I
So,
actually kind of love it.
I kind of like it too, but they didn't do it. And they
You said they tried.
They didn't execute. That was
I just think that like they could have gotten him. They just didn't.
Fland, I think he had the right idea. Fland, they just fucked it up in their positioning. Because you watch even how like TCU defended against us, like they had basically a wall at half court.
Yeah.
And they didn't have that. They had Fland got caught in the screen. All of a sudden, Sturts gets the ball with momentum and could just make everything go. And then all of a sudden, your best players get the ball in his hands with a full head of steam, and you got shooters on the wings. It was perfect.
Couldn't be Fland just like was trailing like what do you?
No one should ever be that wide open
No,
to win a game.
there was no one near him.
No,
And
it was a
good for him. Great shot. Like he shot that shit with confidence, and that's a tough, not an easy shot. I know he's not wide open, but it's fucking. That's your whole season right there.
Yes.
But great win by Iowa. Those 2 guys hate each other, Golden and what's his
They're
name?
about to fight in the
They're
middle of
about
the
to
game.
fight. That was insane. But Florida, a lot of people have Florida winning. Like them going down is like the fact that a Sweet 16 game is Iowa and Nebraska is ridiculous.
I mean, where there's a decent chance we're gonna have just like a Big Ten in the Elite Eight.
Is that Michigan?
No, it's with the winner of that plays Illinois Houston.
Got it. So yeah, that was a crazy game. Then St. John's, Kansas, again, if we're speaking of Bosco, like truly no one has been more wrong about anything. I've tweeted this yesterday. No one's been more wrong about something in their lives.
Well, there's also that real quick before that, he was wrong about Iowa.
Yeah, but that is just like we're friends with Fran McCaffrey's son. That's just like I know Rico.
Right,
That's
it's
just
out
like
there.
this one. This one is
St.
literally
John's thing is horrible.
Like he said this before Pitino was there. Then when Pitino got there, he's like
Yeah.
the facilities. He just thinks he knows high school basketball, which he doesn't. And it's like St. John's literally is shoving up his ass every game. Like this is an incredible. He's turned around so fast.
I mean, it was the fact that it has nothing to do with St. John's. It's more you bet against Rick Pitino in college basketball, who literally has essentially never failed in college. Never.
Yeah.
You bet against a guy who's essentially automatic at building winning programs
Yeah.
and building national title programs everywhere.
And I don't disagree with you. Can I throw Iona? Would you say that was successful?
Absolutely.
yeah.
Are you kidding?
Oh, yeah.
they made
Iona in the
tournament.
he recruited Walter Clayton to Iona.
So every single
He
school
brought Iona.
he succeeded
He
at.
brought Iona. I'm pretty sure they were in the tournament both years he was there. They won their
no, they
conference
were.
championship
They were.
both years. he was
Kentucky,
there. National title.
Masses. Yeah.
Louisville,
National title.
and who do you do before?
Providence Final
Providence,
Four.
Final Four.
Providence to a
That's how he got the
Final
Knicks
Four
job.
in the 70s.
in Providence, like
That whatever
look at
70s.
The early 80s. Yeah.
Like literally,
That's when he was like a boy coach.
Literally, everywhere he has gone in college basketball, he has succeeded exponentially.
It's incredible.
To bet against him was like unthinkable, even in New York of all places, wherever. Because with him, like with NIL, money was going to come.
Yeah.
And now
yeah.
he won the first year. Now even more money. Now they have a lot of money because
And this
they
is a
see-
guy who, like, in theory, like, as you hear NIL is about to enter college basketball, he's one of the names that comes up. It's like,
perfect.
oh, this guy now with legal money
Yes.
is going to
Yeah.
dominate. Like, he was great doing, probably shady shit before all the rules.
That everyone was doing.
Right. So now it's all legal. What he's probably really good at, no brainer.
And dude, that he just beat Kansas, which is a good the number 1 pick or 2 pick.
Very good win. That's
Which
a great
also
win.
like we were talking about Darren Peterson. Like he's great. He's probably going to be a great NBA player. Will never be remembered at Kansas besides for what he did of getting out. Like
He'll be remembered for like the shit he pulled earlier in the season.
and
Also, there are a lot of college basketball players who go on to become great NBA players, and you don't really remember what.
No, but this not usually usually number 1 picks you remember. Like Zion still went to the league. Like he still had an impact on Duke that year. Like
but you'll remember him, but it's not. He doesn't leave like a.
why
like
does
some
Kansas
legacy.
and them get a pass for that more?
What do you mean? How did they get a pass?
Like if Duke lost yesterday, I feel like Cameron Boozer would have gotten shit on. Like he's not that good.
the expectations are much
Yeah,
higher
you're
for
a
Duke.
prisoner. Of your
Kansas
expectations.
isn't Kansas like Kansas.
Oh,
is-
Duke is a one
But
seed.
no one's picking them to win the no one's picking them to win the championship.
before
Everyone's picking Duke to win the
Yes.
championship.
I guess before the season they were though.
But that
you know,
changes. Like you see what a team is, and then you're going to the tournament. There's not one person that was like Kansas is going to win it all.
Okay, no,
It would be different if they won the Big 12 and they were
Yes,
a 1 seed.
correct,
And
correct.
Peterson is this clear number 1 pick.
Yes.
So much different.
Got it.
Now
No,
it's like they limped in the March Madness, and Peterson.
well, it just
I
shows
mean, they were underdogs in
but
this
like
game.
why?
Right,
but
right.
like he's really good, but he's not making his teammates even like Duke doesn't have another lottery pick on this team. They don't.
right.
So it's not like it's like last year where Cooper Flag had.
They have NBA players though.
Neither does
So is-
Kansas, though.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, sure,
Duke
sure.
lost Duke lost 2 games all year?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a different.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like this guy, they're saying is way better than Cameron Boozer. And again, this is just I think a good conversation. It goes into my next thing about UNC because UNC is a disaster right now, and it's like
He gone yet?
not
He
yet.
said he's probably not coming back.
Yeah,
I
he's
guess he was
like-
supposed to do a radio show or a
Jeff
TV show
Goodman
and
was like he
postponed.
never wanted the job. What? What are you talking about? He didn't want the job. It's like he had to take it because Roy Williams sent it down
So
to
it's
him.
good.
How to take the UNC head basketball?
He was the
coach?
assistant
It's also-
coach on there. Like what?
Goodman, are you really like?
No, that's what I'm saying. He's a moron. But also it's pretty embarrassing what UNC has become of college basketball because it's he went to the Final Four with Roy Williams guys, and then he has been the 1 seed and didn't make the tournament. This year he lost in the first round. I don't know. I feel like I'm missing one other year.
I think it's a great look for you and Shire because
Well, that
people.
was my next point. Yeah.
Oh,
No. It's good. Please, you say.
But it's like he inherited Duke. Of course they're really good.
So that's
Look what
I'm
happens
saying.
when you get the wrong guy.
And there's another
And
team,
also-
too.
It doesn't always go well.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
and also from my situation, when it really don't get the good guy, you don't make the tournament.
but
Fucking Syracuse.
UNC is the same realm as Duke. It's blue blood.
upper
Look
echelon-
at
yeah, yeah.
Kentucky. Kentucky has they're a mess.
They hired the wrong coach.
He's
But
not.
also,
the
if you
coach.
remember, no one
gotta be
wanted
gone
the
too,
job.
right?
No,
They were
what?
prisoner.
Got to be gone too, right?
I don't think so.
No one wanted the job. That was why
was
he ended
weird.
up getting it. Scott, they wanted Scott Drew. They wanted all these guys. No one wanted it.
Yeah.
Kentucky.
And even the Cal thing was weird. It was he didn't get fired, but they were about to fire him. But also it's weird because you think about it both ways. Where Arkansas is having a great success now, and I think a lot of people thought that would probably happen with Cal. If he kind of felt like a change of scenery. They had lost to St. Peter's. They lost to Oakland.
It just was it was time to go.
People forget things were dark in Kentucky there at
Definitely.
the end of Cal's run.
But then shows Cal's a good coach to get Arkansas
Definitely a
right
good
back
coach.
into this.
Can St. John's go back to St. John's? I hate Rick Pitino, clearly.
I love Rick Pitino.
How worried should I be?
They absolutely can win this game. Absolutely.
They win this game, then the sky's the limit, right?
Their defense is good enough.
If they win this game, they're going to the Final Four.
Probably.
You can't have that.
I don't.
I wouldn't say definitely because the winner of UConn, Michigan State's a good team.
No, definitely. I'm not saying
That's a
definitely.
good- that's a tough
I
game.
do think.
But then at that point, though,
But if
They've already beaten-
if St. John's makes the Final Four, they not only made it, they made it through a gauntlet.
Yeah.
If they beat Kansas, Duke, and then Michigan State or UConn back to back to back,
All I'm saying
after winning the Big East, that's an insane.
the reason
run.
why I said it probably because they've already beaten UConn twice, so it's like they know that.
how nervous are you for this?
I'm nervous, but I'm not terribly nervous. Let's not forget the St. John's first half yesterday. They couldn't hit.
You could argue the Duke's
were-
first half.
But they also their defense is insane.
Yeah, but
And the one thing
about,
the one thing when I was thinking about the matchup, just thinking about my head, they have one of the better guys in college basketball to put a body on Boozer.
so this is what I
They
said.
have someone with his same.
can tell you that.
Boozer's definitely better. Obviously he's more offensively skilled and all that. But Zuby is a real body that's the same size as him, probably the same strength. He's older.
So I actually
he's going to be able to defend, at least keep him in check, probably better than almost any other team has a guy that can.
And I actually agree because I said the matchup right now is Zuby and Boozer kind of in a weird way cancel each other out.
A little bit, yeah.
I think Boozer's better and can definitely score on him.
Just both big, strong, physical guys.
Yeah. Ngamba is gonna thank God he's back because he was plus 18 yesterday and 2 days ago he was unbelievable.
Difference maker.
Foster is outside chance.
I saw
Did
that.
they say that?
I saw
Outside chance he could play this game.
Broke his foot.
19 days ago.
That would be crazy.
Listen, the fact that there's even an outside chance
Yeah.
that we could even have him for the Final Four would be great. But
Right.
I think the point guard, by the way, that was his first 2 points at the game.
Darling.
Darling.
That was his first two.
Great story. Great moment.
story. He
where
had
Rick is telling everybody
Yes. Amazing.
Wants the ball. He goes, he hasn't made a shot. All right, fine.
Yeah, and good for him.
He calls them bells because he's got balls as big as church bells.
Yeah.
He calls it it's Godzilla.
Well, he's Godzilla bells.
Godzilla
But he told the story too. He told the story at the presser, and then he was just talking to a group of St. John's.
Bro, where
fans.
was that?
It's
This is
a
the
gorilla.
fucking
I
middle
think it was in the lobby of the hotel.
That was the
Like, that's
Miami.
so
What about
cool.
the Miami fucking guy who, after the game, just was at the getting chicken fingers in the
Renault.
concession stand?
And honestly, so frustrated. He was ACC Player of the Year. Or I think actually no, Boozer.
No,
was.
Boozer was, but he was
first team. He was had a really good year. Was their best player all year. Had such a bad game.
Yeah, he couldn't make
I just think that Duke
He was just turning it over left and right. He looked lost out there.
Duke and St. John's is a good they match up well. I think Duke's a little deeper and has better shooting. They've I think if Dame Star and Nick
I think you.
Nick Kamina could.
Hopkins went 6 of 9 from 3. I don't know if you're getting.
I don't
that
think
again,
he's
but-
going to do that again. But
I hope that whoever refs this game, let him play down low.
Yes.
I don't want Zuby or Boozer in foul trouble. I want those guys to just fucking be one-on-one the whole game, and I think it's just such a cool matchup. But don't let foul trouble dictate this. That would
Did you guys see the ticket prices for this?
No.
EC? Because it's also fucking Hurley and Izzo in the same place.
That's a great you're getting great basketball.
I have a number in my
Great
head.
2 games.
It's like bad seats, like 900.
Well, I had
figured.
5 in my head.
I mean, those are two. That's two elite games with four.
It's also in-
My
Hall
buddies
of
were
Fame
trying to go
coaches.
because there's a bachelor party there.
It's also in DC, so it's not it's a pretty expensive place.
Yeah.
I also, some of people that Rico could have been friends with, I might have gotten an invite with them.
Oh.
Oh wow.
Be sick. But, that's what happens when you just be friendly to people and just, could have been Rico. Anyway,
Hey, good.
Before we get too far, I do want to talk about part of my cheesesteak.
go for it.
I also am very upset Ev said the word presser. I don't know if you caught that.
It's such a commonly used phrase.
It is crazy.
It's crazy.
And has nothing to say it all the time because UFC Dana does one after every UFC fight. We call it a presser and spinning back fist. It's just some very normal term.
Okay, it makes me upset. It's okay. March is chaos, upsets, busted brackets, and yelling at the TV. The one thing you can count on is cheesesteaks. Right now, Pardon My Cheesesteak is running a tournament special from now through the end of the NCAA tournament. Go to pardonmycheesesteak.com, use code BRACKET, and you'll get a free delivery on your order. And it gets better. Every order with code BRACKET enters you to win a Barstool Chicago HQ experience for you and a friend. So, order the cheesesteak. Use promo code BRACKET. You're getting free delivery, And then you're getting a chance to win a trip to Chicago, behind the scenes at Barstool Chicago, the whole deal. So while your bracket's falling apart, mine's in just about shambles now. At least your dinner pick or lunch pick can be perfect. So head to pardonmycheesesteak.com, use code bracket, get free delivery, and you just might be heading to Chicago.
Let's go through some other games yesterday. Purdue is also, people forget Purdue was the number 1 team to start the season, and they obviously went on a little like schneid at the end of the year, but like they're playing good basketball.
They won the Big Ten tournament.
Yeah. I'm saying they went on the schneid before the end of it.
Oh,
they were not very.
No, this is what I said. It kind of hit me right before the tournament started. I didn't correct my bracket for it, but you say with the new NIL, it's really hard for mid-majors to have all their seniors and be that Cinderella. But Purdue is kind of that, but on a really good level. Like all those guys are upperclassmen, and they're really, really talented.
Yeah.
Like
Lawyer was insane.
Hoffman, Wren, Lawyer, did he miss? He missed one shot.
One.
And you have the all-time leader in assists in college basketball
Also,
history.
Braden Smith sucked that game.
Right.
He's not even that good. He's
It's just so good to
turned
have
the
those
ball
three
over and
guys.
stuff, and that's why I was impressed with that. He wasn't that good, and they still won. What's the other guy's name? I forgot his, in my head right now. He was great.
Lawyer,
yesterday.
Kaufman
Wren was fantastic.
He has that 5-foot floater.
Yeah,
that
he
is
was great.
automatic.
Iowa State looked really good.
Without Jefferson, too.
What's the prognosis with him?
They're saying he might be back.
MRI was
It looked bad.
Yeah, it didn't look
He
good.
couldn't put any pressure on it, but it's clearly not broken because otherwise he'd be ruled out.
Against
He was
better
like
teams,
walking around on the sideline.
Against better teams, that'll hurt more.
Oh.
Kentucky's just
No question. This wasn't a
Kentucky
good Kentucky team.
died. They just died.
I mean, I took that future.
Bad pick.
They were DOA. They were dead on arrival. They died. They died 6 months ago.
Yes.
They had the most NIL in college basketball.
Yes, they
Unbelievable.
did.
They were lucky to even win their first tournament game.
But, Iowa State is a great defensive team, and they get plagued by the foul shooting. I don't think it really hurt them yesterday. I don't like Buchanan at all, but Lipsy?
Yeah, Lipsy.
He was great.
Mhm.
He was,
He was amazing.
and
They couldn't shoot the three. They started like 0 for 11 from
I
three.
think it
and
was
they
even
were
worse. I
still-
think it was like 13 or
Might
something.
have been.
It
They were
was so
horrible.
frustrating. But then once it started to hit, the second half was just an avalanche.
I mean, that run, you felt like it was impossible Kentucky was losing at half.
Yeah.
I mean, they turned it over so many. I think Pope is such a bad coach.
He's a horrible.
I think
coach.
he's horrible.
He's horrific.
Is he gonna stay?
I don't.
I think
I
he
just think
does.
he's not good enough to be that Kentucky's head coach.
No.
Like Kentucky should always have an elite coach. Always.
I
The
agree.
fact that they have a guy like Pope is bad. But they're also they're becoming a prison, like I said, where no one wanted to take the job because you see like Cal where they're like a 2 seed every year, and then it's like, oh, like you lose, you get upset twice, and people are like, fuck this guy.
Yep.
So if you, in your Cal, people are talking to me about you like that. These other guys are like, oh, like I don't know if I want that. I'm going to be just gone in a year and a half, 2 years if we don't win a national championship.
Next game was Tennessee, Virginia. Virginia was losing most of the game. Then they got hot at that.
They took a lead for a second.
Took a lead a second, like 5 minutes left, and
So
then,
maybe a little less even.
It might have been a little less, and then Tennessee just kind of. He's really good.
He can be.
Ritter he's great too for Virginia. Like that
I love
was
Gillespie, the guard.
Gillespie's
Yeah,
great.
I love Gillespie.
Gillespie's good. I don't
Like
believe
every three he hit was just such a dagger in that game.
I don't believe in Tennessee in the next round
They play
against Iowa State, but they do defense like if without Jefferson.
I will say, I said 2 weaknesses of Iowa State is I think they're very soft down low and the free throw shooting. Tennessee will expose
Yes.
softness down low.
Depends
Those
if he
guys, Strella
plays.
and Okpara.
Okpara. He was
like
an Ohio
the-
State guy.
Those guys are going
Miss
to
him.
cause problems for Iowa State.
Um,
The under, by the way, both those teams don't score.
yeah. If you had Utah State, sorry, because I had Arizona. I had Arizona minus 11.5, and I could
same.
not believe that hit. Arizona just kind of looked like they were like going through the motions. They didn't play great.
They had a stretch. They didn't score a point, or maybe it was make a basket for like almost 8 minutes.
yeah.
And still won by 12.
And that's what happens, though. That's why it's good to be a 1 seed because you have those teams like a Duke and TCU, like how that happened. Like you play it against anyone else, you might be down too much, come back.
I also think they're just that good.
Arizona
is insanely
Arizona is very good. UCLA, UConn was a great game till the end. UCLA just started just literally didn't hit a shot for like 8 minutes.
Well, Bildo is supposed to play.
Well, that sucks. Where UConn got a break where UCLA's best player didn't play. That is brutal for
And then
them.
they got some of their guys back.
And got their guys back.
Demery and
Stewart.
Yeah.
Emery's the bigger one.
Caravan also like career high, had a
Good
great
version
night.
of him. Yep.
Um,
Mullins.
I will
really
say
got going in the second
that
half.
tee up on
Horrible.
was
It
horrible.
basically ended the game.
It ended
annoying.
it.
It literally
Yes.
I think
ended
it was over at that
It was.
point.
No, it
matter
was.
what.
But that made it like it's
Yeah.
over.
Well, he
over.
must have said something before because he was just clapping.
It felt like a building up
Yeah.
type of tee, which is like, I don't know if you want to call that.
I
an
think
act.
I think the
That's
ref was
the
being a bitch.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
literally, they showed the video. He literally didn't. Not a word came out of his
No, he
mouth.
just stares at him.
He just clapped. He literally just clapped behind him.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like he came up and like behind his ear and clapped. He was clapped where he normally would stand.
Yep.
I think the ref was just being a dickhead.
But for UCLA, like you can't. They don't score as it is with and there's not enough firepower behind Bilodeau.
UConn played too well for them to beat them.
Yep.
Like I said, if Caravan's gonna go nuts, if Mullen's gonna make like 30-foot threes at the end of the shot clock and shit like that, you're not gonna beat him.
Bama.
Harris Reed is having quite the first few games. I know he wasn't as dominant in this game, but the 31,
Yeah.
20,
Yeah, like 40 and 40. Like
31 and 27. Yeah,
40 and 40
combined. Yeah,
combined,
it's
Isn't that
nuts.
crazy?
It's nuts.
Bama beat the shit out of Texas Tech. Like I'm gonna be honest, it's not even like just like it did nothing for me because Toppin was out and like Texas Tech was just not.
I did not think that was going to happen though.
No, I didn't.
I
Really?
loved,
I don't know
loved-
about that big,
loved
but I
Tech in the
thought.
game.
Oh, you did. I just
Tech.
thought Bama was just like, and that's what Bama could do though. Once they shot 45% from
But
three.
they also defended. I didn't know what that team was that I was
That's the
watching.
thing. Like who Texas Tech doesn't have like JT Toppin.
No,
was
but,
that
no,
team.
but, no, but Anderson's great.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, Reitzel put Anderson like in his back
Yeah.
pocket. That was the difference.
That was like eye-opening. It's like,
he stifled the whole.
I don't think they
offense.
could beat Michigan, but I didn't think they could play to that level.
I didn't either.
And it was consistent in the second half too. It got even worse. It was.
Oh yeah.
They made 19 threes.
I mean, when they're flame throwing like that,
They can do that.
No, that's what I'm saying though. Like that's where Alabama gets dangerous. Is like if they're shooting, you better fucking be D'ing.
Who was the guy? Millett was amazing.
Mr.
For
Millett.
them.
Yeah.
you
was
guys.
a-
So what percentage do you give Alabama to win the game against Michigan on Friday? Excuse me, or Thursday or Friday? I don't know.
18.
I was gonna say 20.
So you guys would take that.
Michigan is.
Well, I mean, it's a
way
no-brainer.
more
You do like
well-rounded.
have to do a
It's 10
podcast with someone you hate for a week for say a year.
Yes, I would do. I would.
On the
Take
flip side, you get your salary doubled. It's 10
I would take it.
For
I would
life.
take my salary 20%, not doubled, 20% more.
Okay, right.
That's I would to do something with someone I hate for a year.
Yeah.
100%.
Yes.
I would
think
take
that's
anything.
reasonable.
Yeah.
I think I'm
And
at 85% for Michigan in that game.
Yeah.
I don't think
Michigan's just
Bama can-
way more well-rounded. Like they just have so much more, and they play good defense. They have a better coach. They have a better everything.
Okay, so what if the odds were this? You have to do a podcast with Meek Phil once a week for a year, and you get a 10% raise and a 1-year extension.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Down.
Okay.
So down.
Okay.
Well, it could be on Zoom.
And it could be on Zoom. They said that.
That's fine.
Quickly, I won't go over every game Saturday, but Michigan State beat Louisville. Duke, it was close. It was 4. I was telling Clement today, Duke does do this. Like, they go on runs, and they take you out. It was 40-38 with, like, 18
It was just tough
minutes
because
in
they
the
looked
second
so
half.
bad against Siena, and they looked so bad the first half. And it's like,
And then they
ugh.
just
But then they just
and then they win
hit,
by
hit a different gear.
22, and it's like, okay, they're very good. Houston, I'll say this.
They're legit.
If I'm scared of one team,
I've been saying don't quit on them.
I was wrong about them.
Houston's real.
They're very good. I don't think Texas A&M is good.
Oh, I think that's
But-
more of that game.
I do
they
too.
still smashed
They
them, though.
no matter what, winning by 30
Wasn't close.
is and the
Immediately wasn't close.
yeah. I do think that their defense is a little worse this year. Houston's
They're much softer.
yeah, but they're getting hot at the right time.
I will say they was worried about Sharp's health, and that's gone. Like he was banged up a little bit. He was good in that game. So
That's the game. Like the winner of that game is going to the Final Four in that.
Illinois.
Illinois Houston. The winner of that's going to beat.
That's
the
a
winner of Iowa.
That game is
Nebraska.
awesome.
No, I
That
think
is a
it's
slobber knocker.
oh yeah. You're right.
Well, yeah, when Florida's out.
Like I'm saying, the winner of that game is
yes.
going. I think is going to the
Sorry.
Final Four.
Yes. I have.
But also, that game. That's the winner. That's the Friday game. Why is that the Friday 10 p.m. game? Because it's by far the best game of Friday. Like not even close.
It does suck. And you also 10. Wait, what?
No, it's not Friday.
No, it's not Friday.
Thursday.
So Thursday.
Excuse me.
at
I'm sorry. I meant
Thursday
Either
at
way,
10 might be
Thursday-
worse.
he's right.
Friday
Thursday
at
10. Sorry,
10:05.
Thursday 10.
But you know 10:05.
I meant it's the first. It's the first day of.
You also know 10:05 becomes 10:30.
Yes.
But it's following a game, so like it's scheduled right now, but you know it's going to go.
You
later.
also have
Sticking
to
the best game
remember when you bet this game, it's a home game for Houston.
for Houston. Yeah.
It's in Houston.
It's in Houston?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is in Toyota Center.
Wow.
It's
So
only
that's-
I think it's a 2.5 or 3.5 point spread. 2.5.
3.5.
Yeah.
3.5.
Yeah.
I love Houston. I'm also, these are my two teams which I was upset when I made my bracket. Like, I thought Illinois or Houston go to the Final Four, and they play each other now. I think I'm going Houston there. But
Honestly, I like both the two best games are both late because Arkansas Arizona is at 9:45.
Yeah, but I would say Duke St. John's on Saturday or Friday.
I'm talking just
It's
Thursday.
probably the one I'm.
that's a special game.
That's a special game.
That's
that
Friday,
four,
though.
like, talk about, but I mean Thursday, Friday. Like Thursday, I think Friday that's the best game.
Yeah.
I think of the weekend, that's probably the one I'm most excited to see.
Duke St. John's?
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
I think it's the best game of the weekend.
Partly personal. Illinois, Houston might be like the best to watch probably.
Yeah.
Because St. John's and Duke could just become like a dogfight, like a 65, 62 point
Basically
dogfight.
the Kansas St. John's game.
Yeah.
I will say that over/under is very good for Houston. 139.5. That screams the game is going to go their way,
Yeah.
like pace-wise.
Yeah.
Right,
I mean, they're going to try to make Illinois just is so like,
They're very
they're
fast.
flamethrowers. Like if they get going,
What if they did this instead? What if instead of having 2 games in each time slot, what if they staggered it? What if you did like
They
1
used to
1
do
1
that.
1 1?
I think they used to do. I think they did that for the Sweet 16 once. They did all standalone games, and I loved it.
I think that's better. No, am I
I don't-
crazy? Is that stupid?
I loved
I
it.
think what happens is you have a situation like early where like the Kentucky game becomes a blowout and you're like, all right, well,
I had nothing
it
else.
sucks for another 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I think they maybe don't want that to happen because
Clearly.
it's basketball. Like there's going to be a game that's
Yeah.
a blowout this weekend.
All right.
Even like you get to these later.
You guys
levels.
are okay with the current format?
I just wish it was a little earlier, but like I also understand you can't start a game at like 5:00 on Thursday.
Yeah.
Before we get to my next point, this podcast is brought to you by Fair Harbor, makers of the world's most comfortable swimwear. The same comfort that earned thousands of 5-star reviews is built into their super soft clothes, made to be worn hard and broken in by the life you live. Fair Harbor trunks are perfect for swimming, lounging, and soaking up some sun. A variety of designs and styles make finding your favorite pair easy. Along with swim trunks, Fair Harbor carries a full line of casual clothing. Their shorts, shirts, and hoodies let you relax beyond the beach. And if the rest of the family gets jealous, they've got kids styles too. Head to fairharborclothing.com and use code CENTRAL20 for 20% off your full price order now through March 31st. Once again, that's Fair Harbor, HARBOR, clothing.com, 20% off, and make sure you use promo code CENTRAL20 so they know we sent you.
I'm wearing Fair Harbor right now. And I'll say Fair Harbor,
Get hot in here, sorry.
Fair Harbor much better than the t-shirts that we
Way better.
I mean, this is a nice comfortable shirt that looks great. The shirts that Marty and I got are horrific.
I made a line in the sand statement about, I think it was like 5 years ago, and I'm going to be right. Gonzaga will never, ever win a national championship if they stay in that conference. Never.
Well, they're not, right? Aren't they moving?
Are they?
Isn't Gonzaga moving conferences?
I don't know.
Am I
I
wrong?
think they.
Wasn't that the
always
last
talk
St. Mary's game? Like because Gonzaga's moving?
I have
Am I
no
going
idea.
crazy?
But regardless, actually maybe before the conference, I think I said Gonzaga just will never win one. They are the most embarrassing team how do you lose to that Texas team?
Yeah, they're moving.
They're moving.
The Pac-12.
How do you, there's no Pac-12.
It's a new one.
The new Pac-12.
Rebuilt.
It's like out of the Mountain West. It's a lot of Mountain West teams.
Oh, so it's gonna be the same shit.
It's gonna be Mountain West with
Well,
like
there's
Oregon
definitely
State.
more competition on a given year in the Mountain West than there is.
I would agree.
Yeah, there is, but it's not
usually
much.
at maximum 2 other teams in the WCC.
But no matter what,
But
they're,
usually not.
They're embarrassing.
This year they had 3 teams and they all
Right.
They all were out early.
You can get more in the Mountain West.
Yeah, no, there's better, more like good teams.
Either way.
They had their chance with the UCLA year. They had their
I mean, they made the title game a few times.
once, right?
No, they lost that. Was it
lost
to
to
Baylor.
They lost to Baylor. They got smoked. They lost to North Carolina in that rock fight one.
Yes.
That was like the worst game of all time.
They're never gonna win. I'm telling you, they're never gonna win. They had
wasn't-
their chance with
This
Corey
wasn't the
Kispert.
team that was going to do it. This
Corey
was not a good
Kispert
team.
and Suggs. That and I think was it Suggs and was Chet on that team?
Yeah.
That team
was the team.
Was the team they could have done it.
Wilcher's team was pretty good.
Not gonna do it ever. That it was embarrassing loss. to Texas.
Sabonis and Wilcher, they were on the same team. That was a
Again,
good team.
it
That was
is
where I was
funny that
close.
like Texas is getting credit when they had the third most NIL this year. It's Texas, and we're like, good for them. You know, it's like
I think they still deserve
scrappy
credit.
underdog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but, like they deserve the credit,
Absolutely.
1,000%. But people were like, that what a great what a story, Texas. It's like you're Texas. You have a lot of money there,
Yeah.
but great. It's also every year that play-in team always fucking makes the Sweet 16. Every year,
momentum.
it's insane. And I do think it is a little bit of an advantage to play that instead of having a week off or like a couple days off.
Mm-hmm.
Illinois looked great. I didn't think VCU had a chance, but Illinois looked great. Nebraska has shut me up. Good for them. I was wrong
What a
about them.
win.
I had Vandy.
It was a great game.
Also, that ball should have went in. Oh my God.
Unbelievable.
Insane.
That
It
was
did
it.
everything but go in.
It literally
Hit
like
both.
I think it like hit the net, but just came out.
Hit both the front and the back of the rim.
Yes, it was
Crazy. Someone I followed tweeted it earlier in the year. Same guy, Tanner, had like a very similar shot. Did like the same thing.
crazy.
Might have been against Kentucky or somebody. Like almost same spot, everything, and it like rimmed out like that.
Yeah. No, it was an incredible game. Nebraska again has shut me up. I said they wouldn't get out of the first weekend. They did, and they
Favorites to go to the Elite Eight.
Yeah, favorites to go to the Elite. Nebraska in the Elite Eight would be insane. I mean,
That's one of the few Experian Boomer Bust teams left, right?
Yeah.
Iowa, and then the other
it's
one
only
would be
two.
Texas.
Just Iowa and Texas. I think that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And last game was Arkansas High Point. High Point, shout out to them. They were wire to wire with them. Acuff was incredible towards the end. He played great. He's amazing. But
He's a cone on defense, but he's fucking awesome.
he's an absolute cone on.
Such a good over team to bet on.
Yeah.
It was fun. Like the Martin and the point guard on the other side went for more points. Or I think he might not end with more, but he had 30. He had 30.
Was he the
Martin.
Was he the fastest guy you've ever seen?
Call for Martin.
Martin.
Yeah, he's unreal.
Martin's first step
Yeah.
was the fastest thing I've ever seen. He was just getting past everybody.
He was just taking advantage of how lax they were on defense. He was
Yes.
like, "Oh, I can just sprint to the basket and
just get
score,"
a
and he
layup.
just did it.
Even though
every
he was
time.
so much smaller than everybody.
Yeah, he just did it every time.
Again, it was a great weekend of basketball. Throughout the week, we'll go through the matchups more. We don't need to do that today. But also, next week, starting on Monday, is the Crown.
Crown.
The Crown.
Crown, let me tell you something about the Crown. Because the Crown is going to be me.
You're going to be there.
I'm going to be there. Me and Bosco and Dana and maybe Eddie is going to be the Crown. The teams that are in it are very good teams. It's Oklahoma, Colorado, Baylor, Minnesota, Stanford, West Virginia, Rutgers, and Creighton. So they're all teams.
Yeah, good.
All teams you know. April 1st, 8 o'clock, 10:30. April 2nd, 8 and 10:30.
Creighton was just in the news today, too, with their coach.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This is it.
This is
This
stepping
is
down.
farewell.
After the crown, he's stepping down.
How
Yeah,
long's he been there?
I think it was like it was 20 years.
Was it 20 years?
16
That
years,
long?
maybe?
Maybe not 20, but it was like
He won
15,
300. I think
20.
I think it was 16 to 17 years. He won 365 games there.
All right, so that's reason to root for Creighton.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say he was obviously coaching his son there, and that was a long time ago.
Yes, that was. Go to collegebasketballcrown.com to get some tickets. Go there. We'll be hanging out. It's in Vegas. The tournament's in Vegas. It's there's a $500,000 NIL prize pool for the participating team. So it's like it means something, you know. Like it's
So
not.
how
just,
does that work? So whoever wins, the team splits 500K.
I think
the
they're
players
like-
get it, or the school gets it.
I think like the players get some, and then,
The players get it.
I think the players
That
get
money,
it.
I think the players get it.
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's also it's an NIL prize. So I think NIL means it
If
goes.
you're the
to that.
player, you're getting.
No, it's huge.
Well,
like,
no, that's how they like get them invested in a tournament that like
Yeah.
make another tournament like
100%.
some money.
a
on
lot
the
of money
line.
those kids know.
It's gonna be. It's gonna be fantastic. I cannot wait for it. It's also in Vegas. Like, what's a better atmosphere than that? It's gonna be on Fox. The Crown tournament last year was a great tournament. It's also like it's on. I think it starts Wednesday next week. So you got nothing else on besides baseball at that time. Like, and it's the second week of baseball. So like, you just got great basketball on Wednesday, and then watch it Thursday as well. It's going to be fantastic. And the championship is on Sunday when nothing's going on. either. So it's perfect. Great tournament. Shout out to Crown.
That's where the NIT blew it not having they had games yesterday and none today.
Dude.
How dumb can you be?
It doesn't make any sense.
You have what morons are running the NIT?
I think the NIT knows what they are.
You put 4 games in the middle of the suites, in the middle of the round of 32 on a Sunday.
Insane.
And there's just no college basketball.
On the flip side, the women's national tournament is happening right now.
Yes, correct.
All day.
Yep.
Like
Ohio State plays at 4. Coach McGuff, my guy.
Baseball starts Wednesday.
Baseball does start Wednesday. We'll talk.
Spencer Strider, by the way,
talk about
on
that.
the IL.
Not good.
Oh,
Not
not
good.
good. The Braves
Their
pitching
rotation is thin.
shambles. They said they might need to go sign Lucas Giolito.
Right.
He's still out there, by the way.
Have fun with that.
Yeah, Kirchen just keeps tweeting for Giolito's agent. I think it looks like.
I mean, well, it's the only option I think for the because even Zach Little signed. So Littell signed. So I don't
Look
know.
at Stroman.
I haven't heard his name at all.
He wasn't even brought up.
No,
Crazy.
he might just be done.
Yeah. Let's go through some picks. Hubs.
I don't think it. What
There's NBA, that's it.
NBA.
Yay. Lakers Pistons a good game tonight. No Kate, obviously. I'll take the Lakers minus 2.5.
Shout out Luke Kennard. Buzzer beater.
Buzzer beater.
Look great.
They are cooking. They are the clutchest team I think in the NBA, or if they're not, they're the second or third. But if the game is tight, 5 minutes to go, Luka just decides they're gonna win the game. It's a whole NBA board. Jesus. I'll take the Heat plus 4.5 at home against the Spurs. And then there was one tennis pick I liked. 1 second. It was in the women's. It's about to start. Miami Open. Sonia Cirstea plus 145.
Clever.
Yeah, I just have one baseball future for you guys. Jack Caglione, over 245 batting average. He hit 330 in the minors last year. I know he came up. It was a disaster.
Awful.
But that you see that sometimes with guys. Mike Trout happened to him. Where it's that first year, the first month you're up is kind of a mess. Over 245 average, I think can be done. It's minus 110 odds. So
I don't hate that.
How'd he look in the WBC?
Really good.
Good. Yeah,
Really good.
That helps.
Yeah.
Lakers minus 2.5. Heat plus 4.5. Thunder minus 16.5. And then the Grizzlies plus 13.5.
I thought about it the other night. I'm watching, every night there's 40-point wins in the NBA, and I'm like, I haven't been on any of these teams. The Thunder play the Nets, and it's just the Nets scored 25 points in the first half. It's just how are we not every night just on top of this?
I know.
Also, quick shout out Jerry McNamara, new head coach. Please be the guy.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Please be the guy. It was the best available at that point once Hodgson went to Providence. So I really hope I have fears for sure, but I mean, it also is cool. What?
Hodgson just keeps quitting on his guys.
You see, we play them in Boston.
Yeah.
That's good. I might have to go to that. That might be really fun. But Jerry McNamara, when I was first starting to watch Syracuse, he was the guy. So, it is pretty cool that he's the head coach now, but I have my fears.
It's kind of funny that, he was never brought up until, they almost beat Duke.
He was brought up.
He was brought up, but it was, more once that game was close and Shire was, he out-coached me, it seemed like it was,
it also coincided with Hodgson going to Providence.
The stars just fell into
the worst case scenario would have been Mike Hopkins. I don't know if I'm even watching games with Mike Hopkins as the head coach. So thank God.
No, it's a good hire.
What has to happen for you to dress up like the Orange? I would love that so much. 5 wins in a row, 6 wins in a row.
Absolutely not.
10?
Ev, what's your picks?
No.
Dress up like an orange?
No, the Orange, like the Orange man.
Otto.
I love that little guy. He makes me
I understand, but why? Yeah, why?
because I want to see him.
5 wins
Because I
in a
think the
row?
Orange is awesome.
5 wins
Wins
in
is
a
not.
row.
That's crazy.
It's a negotiation. Starting low.
Final four.
Yeah, but you insulted him with your first.
Insulting.
Did I?
Yes.
I mean, there's a stretch in the beginning of the year you play 5 no names.
I also didn't know if he
played
wanted.
Colgate.
I don't know if he wanted to dress like the Orange. Maybe I could get in low and get a thing.
Final four.
You love that Orange so much.
Otto.
I love that Orange.
Otto the Orange.
He's so great.
Yeah, he spins. He spins around.
I would
the
love to
costume.
see you do that.
No. Final four.
I can't believe I'm alone on this.
Final four. I'll be in an
I
orange
could care
costume.
less if Hub's an orange thing.
Yeah.
What?
I mean,
That would make my week.
it's it'd be a bit.
I just want to see. I love the Orange.
Do you like Rico dressing up as coaches and just stopping?
No, I don't like those coaches. I love the Orange.
Just love the mascot.
Yeah, it makes me happy.
Did
I
you like
love
it when it
him.
Makes you
and
happy?
I love the Stanford tree. Makes me happy.
Did you like it when it was the Orange Men?
Yeah, is that what they were?
Before they stopped racism.
Oh, I see.
No Orange Men.
Orange man.
I
I just like that little orange one, and I like the tree.
I'm a flag man.
Oh yeah, at Seton Hall, right?
Yeah, I'm a flag.
They do the flag, right?
No, he has to run around,
Run around with the
circles
flag,
till he gets
right.
tired.
I like that too.
I love
You like a
that.
St. Joe's guy?
Yeah,
St. Joe's guy.
Up in wings for
Bird.
the entire game.
I don't
know
like
if you're-
that. I don't like.
That
I
should
don't know
be
if you were here
investigated.
for
That's
it.
way more effort. I thought you'd like
We had
the
a whole
grit,
debate about. I don't know if you were here, but I said the St. Joe's thing is more.
sad.
but I thought you'd appreciate the grit.
I feel bad.
Yeah, but he
Shouldn't
gets a
you-
full
shouldn't that make you
scholarship.
Appreciate it?
You get a full scholarship for that.
Oh,
The guy's grinding.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know you get a full scholarship. for it.
Flapping wings the entire game. It's like 2
I feel
hours
better now.
plus.
I didn't know we got a scholarship for it.
It's
I'm
over
pretty sure
2
you get a full
hours.
scholarship to do it.
Okay. Well, at least
Over
he's getting
2
some.
hours. Over 2 hours.
I respect the people that do that.
No, at commercials, you're just doing it the whole
Just
time.
nonstop, just flapping, doing this for literally from 10
And you can't stop.
to the end whistle. This
you don't-
to the final
the
whistle.
final whistle.
You know how much makes me dying when they catch one of those like 30-second like just like foul bucket.
Oh,
He
brutal.
must just be like end the fucking game.
I wonder if
bro.
he does it at half.
While he might hit him more than gamblers
No.
while you're fouling up
At
10
halftime,
with
He'd
he'd
be
like
the strongest
Has
man in
to
the
rest
world.
at halftime.
He'd be the
No way he
strongest
does
man
it
in the
at
world.
halftime, right?
He'd be the strongest man in the world if he did it at
I
halftime.
hope
he
he
might. I think he
He
might.
still might be.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Just
Imagine doing that and no one still knowing who you are.
that would be a good punishment for the show, by the way.
Oh yeah.
You've got to flap for an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so long.
I couldn't
Wanna
do it.
put
I
that
know
one
I
on
couldn't
the-
Arms
do
would
that.
fall off after like 10 minutes.
Want to be downwind to Meek though if he's doing it. I think right.
F what you-
I can tell when you watch, they have a little cheat code. They definitely have a way that they kind of just like, they definitely don't go full arm extension. They kind of just like flap them up like this. I'm taking the Heat. They're saying Castle might not play. That obviously be huge for the Heat. Like Heat getting 4.5 at home. I got to dive deep and get my NBA gambling going.
All right. That is the show.
We'll work on the orange thing.
It's gonna be us four going forward. Maybe we add someone else, unless Bosco feels like he should come back on.
I don't think no.
We'll have to have a talk about
I
that.
don't think that's necessary. If he doesn't want to do the show, I don't want him on the show. I think that's pretty cut and dry.
Yeah, I was just kidding.
All right, I'm
I
not.
just let a guy come back on who quit on us.
Mascot flaps during halftime.
I thought so.
Oh no!
The thing is that he never stops. The entire time. He's
that's-
flapping.
Injuries,
I
timeouts,
respect that.
That's what I'm saying. The guy
everything.
doesn't stop.
It's just from the
flapping.
national anthem until the final whistle. It's the
So way before
Oh,
tip.
fuck.
The anthem's way before
Anthem's
tip-off.
way for it.
It's an estimated 3,500 flaps a game.
Probably more than that.
I mean, it's an estimate.
You could go slow.
Embodying the "Hawk will never die" motto.
Incredible.
It is a scholarship-supported position.
Your shoulders must be in.
Started in 1954.
If you're including the anthem, you're getting probably two and a half hours.
Oh, yeah.
Legit full 2 hours and
Your
30 minutes.
shoulders must just be like
Must be
a
jacked.
mess.
He better be jacked.
When you can tell the hands and the wings. I think they just do one of these.
Yeah.
Because I think you physically would be impossible doing that much shoulder.
like
it's
me
probably
throwing a
this.
ball.
Like,
Like,
Because
probably
obviously
this.
he's inside the wings. I think he's doing a lot of this. Like I think it's a lot of. It's like elbow to.
oh, it's your elbows, not your
Elbows.
shoulders.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's
It's
both,
this.
but I'm sure out of
If
preservation.
he was going like this, he would never be
That's
able
what
to
I'm
do
saying.
it.
I think it's
gotta be
preservation. You
this.
just physically can't go.
It's only
full
home games, right?
shoulder.
It's-
Yeah,
no,
I think so.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
You
you
don't
have-
travel your mascot.
Well,
I could-
he
I could
Unless
see-
he's in the tournament.
I could see him doing it in the A10 tournament. I
Yeah,
have to
A10
double check
maybe.
that.
like in the
A10.
corner.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I
I
need
feel
like
that-
Tommy John afterwards because your elbows are
Probably.
fucked up.
Yeah, tennis
The
elbow.
the scaries that guy or I don't know who it is, a woman gets the night before a game or like the morning of, like, oh
he
my
can't
god.
probably.
Some
They probably
If you have
can't,
diarrhea,
they probably can't drink then. Like,
I was just
they
gonna
can't
say
go out.
you
can't
can't go the
poop, you
night
go to the bathroom.
hungover doing the flaps.
Oh.
that guy can't even go to the bathroom during the game.
No,
Oh God, what? This person earns my respect. I just like the orange and tree better. That's all. Both things can be true.
All right. That is the show. We need to get to St. Joseph's bird on you.
we got to do like an investigate. We might have to go.
We should just film him for 2.5 hours and see if they ever stop.
Yeah,
Someone has to like sit.
I wish Brankus was
Could we
still
get a
kicking and could do a
former-
sports science on it.
I'm
Get
sure
a
we
former
can.
bird on here.
I'm sure we can.
'Cause once you are no longer at school, you can say who you are. Right?
You're not supposed to talk about it.
How about once you're done?
I don't think you're supposed to.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, if you're a former bird and you have proof of it, you're welcome on.
Yes.
Former bird.
Former bird
All right. That's the show.
of any variety.
Yeah, sure. Or you're an orange.
We'll see.
Those guys
We'll
don't
see you guys tomorrow.
obsessed with the orange.